Hey, what's up everybody? Today, it's a very exciting video. We're going to be building a team member interface, team member portal, however you want to call it. Why are we building a team member portal? Well, I'm building this for my clients because we are basically building a solution for them to be able to basically manage their business in the leadership portal. And then the team members just need to interact with the interface they have for themselves. That is, custom, whatever. And yeah, this way they're able to interact with forms, automations, and all of that is happening in the back end. Well, they're just seeing the data as it is. I'm just gonna go into the video and explain in the way, okay? Okay, so as you can see, we're building a complete team member interface for an agency client, okay? So this is a cold calling agency client, which is one of my clients. So as you can see right here, we can see all of an example of what the metrics actually look like. As you can see, they're managing a shit ton of reps and there's a shit ton of active reps. So we need to design interfaces for all of these 18 active representatives that are currently calling for them. What are these interface gonna contain? This interface is gonna contain their hub, which basically explains what all of this is, their resources, which we're gonna basically be able to put SOPs here, videos, trainings on sales, etc., so that the founder is never constrained by information, so that all of the knowledge they need to get, they can get from the rep resources portal. And then we're gonna have all their metrics. So when they're calling, we're gonna have the metrics actually it's already set up, so it's live updated, but right now we don't have an interface for them to see in a live basis how they are going, right? So they can't track their current total booked appointments, etc. So we're just gonna add this as a reference. Then financials, of course, their payments linked to them and all the info about that. We're just gonna map this out and give them financial information. So they get paid bi-weekly. So we're going to design something that is going to be according to that. And they also get paid a bonus. So it's going to be a little complicated here and a little comprehensive what we're going to build. It's going to be pretty interesting. I'm excited for that. Then they're going to have their campaigns, which is basically the campaigns they are calling for. So the campaigns are managed and the client's details for those. Only buttons we're going to include is their Slack channel and their scripts for those campaigns. Then we're going to have booked appointments, which is basically total, all the total of the booked appointments they've done in the last few days, few months, however they want to filter it. Then we got productivity reports, of course, which is basically end of day, start of day, end of day reports once they've submitted them. Then we're going to have the past calls. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Last thing, this portal is for the reps and they're going to be able to see all of their information, right? So a little bit of context and what we're going to be building today, we're going to be completely building a login form or a portal for team member to actually access this interface. So yeah, we need that in order for us to be filtering the views based on users. Okay, so then after that, we're just going to go ahead and build the interface with 7 pages. And honestly, I'm just going to speed through this and just show you the results once we get there, because it's going to be taking a little bit of time. So yeah, number 3 is going to be dynamic data visualization components like forms and stuff like that. And the numbers, which are probably going to be formulas like call to appointment ratio and stuff like that. That's really cool. Then we're going to have integration points with existing systems and automations. So yeah, we're just going to be basically integrating this with the current database and the current context we have in a client. Like for example, all these are the automations, all these are the interfaces. We're actually just focusing on this right now, the red stuff over here. And it's basically backed by all of these databases, all of these forms. Yeah, and this is basically what we do for some clients. We just basically create all the backend stuff that is going to support them, basically manage their business entirely within an interface. So I'm going to show you how I would go and create this for an actual client. So yeah, let's go. Let's just go over some prerequisites before we start. Existing database structure. So I'm just going to use the clients for now. But yeah, if you don't have one, this is just basically for you to watch it and be inspired on how you can build your own interface, right? This is not like a step by step, because you need your own database at first. You can use it as a step by step with your own data and stuff like that. I'm just gonna show you how I do it for clients. So yeah, you just basic automation setup. So yeah, we'll just gonna need this. This is basic automation setup. I'm just talking about. Then we're just gonna have data collection forms, and yeah, this is something you plan right here. You already have this, so you don't need to be worrying about this. So note, we'll reference these components, but focus on building the interface layer that makes everything accessible. Yeah. So basically, what this means is that we have already created stuff like the database and some forms, and we already have a system to get data in so that we can display it in the interfaces. So let's just go ahead and start by building this form that's going to be able to give the reps access when they need it, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go here to Airtable. If you don't know Airtable, this is how it looks like. And yeah, you just sign up and you just go to a base or create a base right here. You're just going to click here and you'll click here on workspaces and you're going to click create and you start from scratch or you build an app like they say right here. But we already have something like this. So you're just going to go to rep portal right here and you're going to go to interfaces. And first you're going to go to forms and then you're going to create a new form. In this case, I'm going to create a form in the rep table, because we're going to be able to map the reps right there. Okay, so we're going to go to rep team and we're going to say rep portal sign up form. Okay, so it's going to be rep portal sign up form, and you can literally just copy this with your own formatting. In your case, it won't be rep portal, it would be probably just normal team member sign up form. And then I'm going to explain what we're going to do here in a second. But what we're trying to do here is we're trying to first invite them to the actual interface by clicking share right here and by clicking invite by link, and by creating a new link, and by clicking read only, because if we click editor or commenter, they're going to charge us and there's going to be like hundreds of people here. So the subscription is going to be crazy if we don't do read only. And yeah, we don't allow base access. Please don't click this. And we are allowing any email address. Okay, so we're going to create this link. And when we create the link, we're just going to copy the link and let's just store it somewhere. Let's create just a quick note here to store the link. And there we have it, guys. All right. And then we're just going to copy the form description. We're going to go back to the form. Right here, and we're gonna add the logo. Okay, so let me copy all of this and then I can explain. Okay, as you can see, I filled out all the important information. Now what we're going to do here is I'm going to go over what's happening here. And then we're going to go over to actually build the automation needed. So yeah, let's do it. So first of all, this portal is going to be this form is basically needed for us to update the Airtable user, because when we are creating the interface, let me open it real quick right here. Okay, so let's say we want to do rep resources, right? Let's say we want to focus on, yeah, basically giving them the resources they need. This is going to be all the systems, SOPs, etc. So resources and reference links table. And let's say we want to filter by, let's say we only want to view specific records, actually viewers record only. And let's say it's only the rep user, right? It's not going to appear because what we want to do is only show the records that are linked to the actual user. So if, as you can see, we have a bunch of people. So we want to, so we don't want, what we don't want is people seeing other people's data. We want this to be one interface that is dynamic and that is able to show different people's data simultaneously, right? So this is why this form is so important, and you're gonna see it in a bit once we test this out, and once I show you guys how this is gonna work, right? So let's just add a quick emoji here. Use this phone to sign up to your rep portal with your Airtable account. Please carefully follow the steps below. And then yeah, they sign up to the form. And actually, let's edit this link. Yeah, let's edit this link and let's put the link we just copied before. Just the one right here. And let's edit this. Just say it's this. Okay. So yeah, once you click here, you're gonna gain access. And they won't see their data yet until they submit the form, because yeah, if they already have an account, just log in with that and click in this sign up link. Okay, after logging in, click the link above again and accept the invitation to rep portal. Okay, so I'm tired. What can I say? After logging in, click the link above again. Okay, so let's go over and create the automations on what happens after they log in. All right, on the automation section, we're gonna set up this quick automation that once they submit the form, we actually update the actual rep record with their Airtable username so that they're able to access to their data. And then we create a temporary record. We delete the temporary record that they just submitted through the form. It's gonna sound really kind of complex, but yeah, it's because in Airtable forms, what we need, what usually happens is once you submit a form, it creates a record no matter what. So I think that's something they need to change. But since we are able to, choose records carefully, this is pretty sick. Well, what do we have here? So what we're gonna do here is when a form is submitted, and we're gonna select rep team, rep portal sign up form, and then we're gonna do update record, and we're gonna do rep team, and we're gonna do link, the rep link temporary, and we're gonna do the ID right here, and then we're gonna do fields. We're gonna do Airtable, rep Airtable user, and then we're gonna pretty much create and select dynamic, and we're gonna do rep Airtable user, and it's just gonna say the ID. Okay, so once we do this, we just want to add a run script module. So we're just gonna add a quick run script module and just copy this. I'm probably leaving it in the description. Just need to basically copy this. Like enter here, enter here, enter here. Like this. And once you do record ID, and then you can do Airtable record ID from the form. Yeah, I don't know what happened right here. It says it's wrong, but yeah, we get the information from the rep team table, right? Am I right? It's called rep team. Yeah, you basically just switch the name in the code, and then in between these two columns, you put your table name here. And then right here you put record ID, and you edit the token, and you put the token from here. It's basically just a quick variable. Okay, now after you do this, you're just gonna turn it on, and you're just gonna name it whatever you want. Rep interface automation access automation, right? So now once we do this, we are done with this, and we are already set up. So yeah, we are done with this part right here. We don't need to be worried about access. Whenever we want someone to access the portal, we're just gonna send them through this form pretty much. All right, so we're just gonna copy the link, And actually, we're just gonna do anyone in the web, and we're just gonna select the link and put it right here so that we have quick reference to it. All right. Now we're gonna be going into the juicy stuff. We're gonna be quickly creating the rep team member portal, which is what is gonna actually display all the data, all the copy, etc. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna create each of these. Probably gonna speed up between each, but then I'm gonna explain what's happening in every single one. Okay, let's go. Okay, so first table we got here is the resources table, rep resources table. As you can see, this is something that they will be able to see. So let's say the preview. This is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. They're going to be able to access resources. So right here will be the resource link, for example, the resource file, and they're also going to be able to access their contract, for example. And yeah, so for example, there's no contracts linked to my current user. But if I were to switch to a user which has a contract, it will appear right here, thanks to the filtering we're going to be applying. This is pretty straightforward. As you can see, the settings is just linking it to the resources table. Now the next tables we're going to create is going to be the financials tables and the campaigns. So let's go and do that. So as you can see, we are done with the payment interface as well. This is going to include all of their payments. And as you can see, it's filtered by the current user and there's different statuses. So yeah, they're going to be able to see all of their payments that are being sent to them automatically right here and dynamically. Okay, so we finished the your campaigns tab as well. So as you can see, they're going to be able to go in here and we added the button that's going to be dynamic. So you're going to be able to go to their Slack channel. That's pretty cool. Now, after that, we also have their campaign scripts. So every campaign has a different script. So for that, we needed to build something like this, where they have a dynamic script that changes based on the client. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the next one. So we are just done with the appointments book table right here. It's pretty straightforward table. They're going to be able to see all the appointments they book. They're going to be able to click into the appointment details. So as you can see, it will look something like this. So they're going to be able to click into the details, as you can see. And yeah, it's pretty cool. And they're going to be able to log new appointments through the form, which this is something that I've already created for them. So yeah. Now we're going to go over to the next one. Okay, so we are done with this interface right here. They're going to be able to submit their check-in forms. So at the start of the day, they're going to be able to submit these forms right here. And at the end of the day, they're just going to check out through this same form right here. So as you see, just from now, we already have the resources, right? So we already have all their information they need to see, their payments, their campaigns they're managing, their scripts right here. So if they need to study it, they can just take a look at it. And now it's a logo example. I just added their appointments booked. Let's say they book a new appointment for the clients. They're just going to log the new appointment right here. And yeah, basically their campaigns, they can go to the Slack channel, etc. Now reports forms. Now that we have report forms, we're gonna just add. Yeah, we're just gonna go add some past calls. So past calls table, and that's pretty much it. Then we're just gonna wrap up with the metrics and go over everything once again. Okay, so we are done with the team calls table. This is basically going to track all the calls that the leadership team has with these people that are calling daily. And some of these calls are really important because they're going to be containing feedback. They're going to be containing training on sales, and they're going to be containing stuff like this that is really important for them to just be able to go back to it and see, right? So yeah, now the only thing that we are remaining to do is to do the rep metrics, like a dashboard like this. They're going to be able to see all of their current metrics, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and create that dashboard. Okay, so we are done with the metrics here. So here's basically where they're going to be able to see everything. So rep portal, yeah, we already have the description, so we don't need to actually show the description. So yeah, they're going to be able to access here, and any other links we're going to add, basically we're just going to put them here, right? So I don't think we're going to need this. So yeah, use this layout to welcome users. Well, we're just welcoming them in the other one right here. So we're just not going to show the sidebar. And right here, as you can see, they're going to be able to access everything. So let's just preview what this POV will be for them, right? So here we are in the rep portal. We have the metrics, we have resources, we have payments, we have their campaigns, we have appointments booked, they have report forms, they have team calls. All of this will be updated dynamically, obviously. So yeah, now we are able to just preview and actually start delivering this interface to the clients, right? We basically finished this, and yeah, let's put it right here. We verified, and we basically created each of these interface pages. So we did the rep portal hub, etc. So we did the rep portal hub. We did, it's now called an overview, as you can see right here, and we checked all of these. All right. So yeah, that's something really, really cool we've just built for our client that is going to help him a lot, especially the team members. This is one of the biggest things, because team members are now not going to be, asking stuff on Slack when they can see their data being updated live, especially if there's backend automations and backend forms that are dynamically updating the data, like we've set it up right here. Now, if you want a similar interface like this, I know this was just super quick tutorial on how to build things on top of what you currently have. But if you want us to actually go into your fulfillment process, audit it, and actually build these systems to be able to increase profit margins 10 to 15%, depending on your service type, just book a call down below. If not, if you're just looking to implement this for other businesses and not just build cool automations, like what I'm seeing across all of social, just the AI automations without components like this. Components like this is the stuff that makes them actually valuable and usable in the long term. Okay, so if you're interested in that, and if you're an agency owner, just click down the link and yeah, book a call. So yeah, if you're interested, definitely let me know, and also let me know what kind of videos you would like to see from now on. Anyways, that's it for today's video, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.